Welcome back. So in my last video I told you guys that I was going to come back with a video that would give you some tips on using bananas, banana peels in particular. Now like I said, I like to do mostly organic gardening. I like to keep it simple. I like to keep it inexpensive. So if I can find a natural resource that gives my plants what they need, then I'm all for it, because then I don't have to buy anything, and I might, more than likely I have it already. So I might as well use what I have. And today we are talking about banana peels. We're talking about the nutritional value of banana peels for your plants. You might not know it, and then others might, but bananas are packed with nutrients. And the peels are the most beneficial when it comes to your plants, because they benefit from those decaying banana peels that are releasing those nutrients into the soil. Of all the nutrients that are in this banana peel, potassium is the most significant. There's a lot of potassium in a banana peel. I don't go through all the trouble of drying them, because that means I have to leave them out in the sun. That could cause, critters to come or whatever. And if I don't do that, then I have to put it in the oven. I don't want to actually have to do anything to it in order to make it what I need it to be. So I don't do the dried banana peel. But it's one way you can use banana peels. You can bake them and dry them out, and then you can put them in like a food processor, or maybe like one of those little coffee grinders, something like that, and make it like an ash or something like that. But anyhow, potassium is so important because it promotes the movement of water and nutrients between the cells of the plant. So it promotes it. It makes it happen. It pushes it, gives it a boost. It also strengthens the stems. When you want those plants, the stems to be nice and hardy and nice and strong, so that it can hold those heavy fruits like the zucchini or the big tomatoes you're trying to grow, or those huge cucumbers. The stems have to be able to hold all that. It also protects the plants from disease. The healthier the plant, the less likely it is for disease and pests as well. So after the plant blooms, potassium can improve the quality and the size of the fruit. That's why in my last video I talked about switching from a nitrogen-based fertilizer to a phosphorus and potassium fertilizer. After the fruit starts coming out, you want to give it the potassium and the phosphorus to feed the fruit, not the leaves. So let's talk about the phosphorus then. Phosphorus is another major nutrient that plants need. There's like almost 3.5% of phosphorus in a banana peel. It helps rooting, so your plant will get a nice strong root system. It helps winter hardiness, and it speeds up the flowering and fruiting. So you'll get quicker harvests with more more phosphorus. When you put banana peels in your soil by your roots, because they break down so quickly, it's available to your plant much quicker, and your roots are able to take up those nutrients, get what they need when they need it. Banana peels don't only contain phosphorus and potassium. There's other nutrients in the banana peels. However, they do not contain nitrogen. There are so many other sources of nitrogen, so I'm not worried about nitrogen. But to me, the most important thing in the banana peel is the potassium and the phosphorus. But there are other things in banana peels, such as calcium. There's a concentrated amount of like 19 milligrams in a banana peel. That just improves the breakdown of the organic materials in the soil. So once the banana peel's in the soil and it starts to break down, the calcium is what's going to help it break down. It also makes the other nutrients in the soil, like nitrogen, more available. And it also controls how the nutrients and water move in and out of the cells. So your potassium promotes the movement of the water and nutrients between the cells, but the calcium controls how the nutrients and water move in and out of the cells. So that's why eggshells are important. And you put those in your planting hole. Like here, we have a thing of crushed eggshells. And I've got some more in the house that I'm going to get ready to crush up. But add those and the banana peels to your planting hole and stir it up. And that right there, that's a recipe for greatness. Another nutrient that is in banana peels, it's called manganese, and it's got about 76 milligrams in a banana peel. What manganese does is it aids in photosynthesis. And we all learned in grammar school, elementary school, whatever you want to call it, that plants need photosynthesis in order to produce, in order to live, in order to function. Photosynthesis is a process that the plant goes through. So manganese is something that aids in the photosynthesis, and it aids in the formation of like enzymes and plant pigments, what colors, those vibrant colors on your flowers, or the beautiful colors that your tomatoes come out to be. That's all from manganese. And then sodium. Banana peels have 24 milligrams of sodium, and it's also involved in the movement of the water between the cells. These peels contain magnesium and sulfur, and those are both important in the formation of chlorophyll. So photosynthesis and chlorophyll, we learned about those things in school when it came to plants. And those little nutrients are important because they aid in those different processes that the plant has to go through. One of the best things about banana peels are that they break down so quickly, because the sooner they break down, the sooner those nutrients are going to be available. But if you bury them deep enough, they'll break down. The worms will help with that as well. And your plants will be able to uptake those nutrients a lot quicker. Now, I did mention that I was going to tell you guys how to make a banana peel fertilizer. Well, it's not that hard. It's like a compost tea almost. So what you do is you get a pitcher of water. In this case, I have an empty container that I use for my coffee creamer. So I have, these plastic things. I use them all the time. So what I did was I just used one of these empty ones, and you fill it about 3/4 of the way full. And then whenever you eat a banana, you just put it in. I have a few in there already. I don't know if you can tell. Just put it in there, And you keep adding banana peels until the pitcher fills up. So adding those banana peels is going to make the water level rise, and then it's going to get full. So you keep adding them until it's full, or after a week. And then when you're done, when it's been a week or you're done adding your banana peels, you strain the liquid into a new container and put your peels aside because you're still going to use them. Clean your pitcher out, or in this case a container with a lid, and then you start all over again. Now this tea is nutrient rich because the liquid has been slowly leaching potassium, phosphorus, and nutrients out of those peels. So it's like a slow steeping process. And in this form, it will be a little bit too concentrated for your plants. So you can't just dump this out on your plants. You're going to need to dilute it, just like any other water-soluble fertilizer. You're going to need to dilute it. And basically it's just 1 cup of tea, this is your tea, per gallon of water. And that should be enough. Whenever you're fertilizing, you want to fertilize at the base of your plants, and so that you prevent like splash up and stuff like that, because those types of things cause disease on your plants. Now, with your leftover banana peels, you're going to take those peels and you're going to make more food for your plants. So the easiest way to do that would be just to put them in your compost bin or your worm farm. If you have a worm farm or your worm bin, toss them in there. But if you want a quick fertilizer, you put the peels in the blender with a little bit more water, and then you make a puree. Now, you can try, like I said, to put those in a food dehydrator and make them dried out, or put them on a parchment lined cookie sheet and bake them. You can also put them out in the sun and wait till they get dried out like that. But you want to chop them up as fine as possible. Like I said, maybe in a food processor or a coffee grinder. And you can just add that, powder or dust or whatever you want to call it around the base of your plants. And it'll be, once it rains or you water it in, it'll reach the roots or whatever. You can fertilize with this like once a week. I would suggest once a week. So once your plants start fruiting, that's when you want to switch over to the phosphorus and potassium rich fertilizers, because you don't want your watermelon plant sprawling out everywhere with no watermelons on it. You want to decrease how much foliage you're trying to grow here. So it's okay to feed it the nitrogen in the beginning, but once you start seeing fruits, you need to scale back on the nitrogen and start with those phosphorus and potassium rich fertilizers, because that's going to bring more blooms, which means it's going to bring more flowers, which are going to bring more fruits. So tomatoes and peppers love potassium, so I'm going to make sure that they get a good dose of the banana tea. Another thing I mentioned was that it's a good pest deterrent. It aids in like pests. Aphids. If you have an aphid problem, aphids hate the smell of bananas. So if you spray your plant at nighttime, not in the sun, you never want to spray your plants with anything in the direct sun. But if you spray your plant with the tea, it should help it protect it more. You got to dilute it if you're going to be spraying your leaves. You're going to need 5 parts water and 1 part tea if you're going to use it as a pest repellent. You're going to spray the leaves and the stems. And then the spray will also help feed your plants. So that's all I have for today. I just wanted to give you guys all that information on the potassium and the phosphorus and how to make a banana peel compost tea. Hope you guys are enjoying this growing season. Hope you guys are getting out. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit like, please subscribe, comment. Let me know what kind of organic fertilizers that you guys are coming up with, and what works for your garden. What zone are you in? What are you growing? Yeah. So until next time, the more you know, the more you grow. Thanks, guys.